lot of takes on this. Okay? I have a lot of takes on this. My first take is that if you don't want people to criticize you for what you say in public, don't say it. Welcome to another episode from Takedowns to Breakdowns with A&P, and today we're here to share with you 3 stories that made my top 3 of the week. I'm sure there's a lot more out there. James Hetfield got mad at somebody during his show in Montreal. Maybe he didn't have enough poutine while he was there. Yeah. God knows. Maybe the person didn't pay $8,000 for the VIP experience. I don't fucking know.
Fuck, that's a lot of people to get angry at.
Exactly. Like, did you buy it? No, fuck you. Did you buy it? No, fuck you. Anyhow, but that to me didn't make my top 3. The top 3, starting off with Dragon Force and their latest feud with YouTube. They've had their issues with Twitch as far as copyright, but now some random YouTube guy who I don't even know who it is, maybe Galactic Criminal. I don't know.
On a burner account.
Exactly. Well said. On a burner account, which he calls himself Outer Space Criminal.
Oh, yeah,
he's not very bright.
I thought you said Outer Space Fugitive.
He's not very bright, so he's not going to go that far off.
Okay.
The apple doesn't roll that far off the tree. So anyhow, some random YouTube guy claimed Dragon Force as his own song, and then proceeded to launch a copyright strike on Dragon Force, who had uploaded that song obviously on their own channel. And then, to surprise of everybody, it took YouTube 5 days, a week to figure this whole shit out. It reverse that copyright strike, and then go after the guy who claimed the copyright, who obviously wasn't his.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's not the first time this happens to them, but are they being targeted?
I don't know, man, because this has happened before with other artists and also YouTube content creators having their stuff put into either re-uploaded or compilations, and then them going after the original creators to just be shit disturbers, I guess. This is not a new thing. This has happened before, but it's never happened to this extent. Usually, it's a thing that the creator will come out and make their own video saying, this person tried doing this, it was stopped right away, don't do this again, stuff like that. It never gets to the point where the actual creator of said content gets repercussioned for their own,
And we're talking about music. To let you guys know, one of the reasons why we don't... that's going to change, by the way. Because Dragon Force signed with Napalm Records, so anything that they release from this point on Napalm Records, we can actually check. But anything that was released on previous labels, it's owned by the mob. I'm not going to say who the mob is because, I don't want to wake up with a horse's head in my bed. But anyways, we can't do it because we get a copyright strike. We get the video taken down. The moment we upload it, we don't even get a copyright strike. The moment it's uploaded, it says it's blocked in some countries. And then when you click on some countries, the fucking list...
every country is different, North Korea.
And Russia.
It's
blocked everywhere else. So even though we have a huge following in Russia, it's not enough for us to really put a video out there just for that specific market.
Demographic.
So, it is what it is. I just find it weird that this guy, we can do it, but this guy was able to claim something as his own. Not that we're claiming it as our own. We never do that. You can keep the copyright for yourself and monetize all you want.
But it also shows, we don't do that, but we get repercussioned. But, this guy, he's hey, that's my music.
Now, on a positive note here, we had something happen to us this week where one of my album reviews on our own channel was taken down because I had a link to the pre-order of the album. And somehow YouTube sent me I think it's automated, it's a bot.
It's a bot.
So they thought that I was posting spam links in the description of the video. And to which I said, wait a minute, this is not a spam link. This is a link to pre-order the album. The same link that is shared by the band on their own music videos of every single single leading up to this album release. And I even posted links to the original video that had the original link.
Yeah.
And it was exactly the same link as the link that I used. And it took them an hour, maybe even 30 minutes to reply back and saying, we're putting the video back, our mistake, there's no spam, everything is good.
Wait a minute, something ain't right,
30 minutes, I was blown away.
It was not much
First
time.
of all, I was blown away that it was quick and that we got the video back. I was
exactly.
blown away by both.
By both their response and then their immediate after response of just giving us the video back. But also, wouldn't the bot, check the link? Or just, they see a link and it's fuck it, it's spam.
But the thing is, almost every review that I post has a pre-order link
yes.
to set album.
So why was this?
So do the band's videos, by the way.
But so why was this one any different? But this just shows
they were from Australia, the band. So.
Oh, okay. Well, down under.
Yeah.
But
they didn't have enough shrimp on the bar.
But for Dragon Force, it took them like what 5 days?
I don't know
to get there.
It was definitely not half an hour.
It was not half an hour.
Definitely
this just shows that
they had to go on Twitter. They had to go on Twitter because they were not getting anywhere.
They weren't getting a response.
We
got a response in 30 seconds.
They were, like you can counterclaim on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But they were not even getting a response. We got a response in 30 minutes. They were not even getting a response, right? So they had to go on Twitter, tag YouTube creators, and then they tagged
Susan
a bunch,
Wojcicki,
and then they tagged a bunch of metal magazines, or so-called magazines like Loudwire and Blabbermouth and whatever, just to get some traction on the fucking story.
Of course,
because nothing was happening. YouTube was like, Dragon Force, who the fuck are these guys? A bunch of posers, and they just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, this guy, Dragon Force lover, this is his song. Yeah,
exactly. Who's this guy playing guitar? Who the fuck he thinks he is? Herman. What kind of name is that? Anyways.
He can't make music.
And his last name is Lee, and he doesn't even spell it properly. I only know one Lee, and his name was Bruce.
This is Bruce.
It's like, come on. Like, that's exactly the conversation that was happening at the YouTube offices, which could be considered slightly racist. Let me just say that. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there.
But this just shows that we're more important than Dragon Force.
That's true. That's true.
If they respond to us so quick, but it takes them.
Let's knock on wood and not jinx ourselves.
Yeah.
So the other story that I want to mention, because I thought it was really interesting, is that somehow people got together and they were able to remove a song from Queen's compilation. First, when I read it, I thought about Soggy Bottom Boys, but it's not Soggy Bottom Boys, it's Fat Bottom Girls.
Soggy Bottom Boys. Yeah.
But it was Fat Bottom Girls. They took the song out because apparently it's not good for the children. For the people who have an issue with that song not being good for the children, they kind of skimmed through the top and forgot that the lead singer of that band was openly gay.
Yeah.
So like that didn't
and
hit
both
the
are
radar.
And both aren't wrong.
Both are fine. I don't have an issue with either.
But what we're trying to say is,
how do you
we
pass
feel like
one?
we feel like the bigots that we feel like the type of people that are against that song for whatever reason would also be against. I feel like the Venn diagram, they meet in the middle, right? Like, I think the prejudices, they meet in the middle there.
Look, I mean, if you're concerned with what your kids listen to, if you're one of those people,
yeah.
I'm sure having your kid listen to Queen is probably not on your list of favorite things to allow your kid to do.
Yeah.
Like, you have, like, watching Fox News, listen to Tucker Carlson. You definitely don't have play Queen's greatest hits.
Yeah.
It's definitely not on that list.
Not part of it.
It's not. It's not there. It's not there. So what do you care what the song is when Queen is the band? And why are we doing this to music?
To a song also that came out.
I mean, people are doing this to books too. Like there's this whole thing now of burning books. Like, it's getting out of hand. This shit is getting out of hand.
But you know what's funny? It's all these books, but like, I don't see anyone complaining about Mein Kampf. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, they haven't tried to cancel that one yet.
Yeah, and I feel like that
should be the priority on the list. That should be number one. That should be fucking number one.
I feel like that's
an obvious
bestseller
one
right there. Like,
that's an obvious one.
That one, like Communist Manifesto. Like, there's so many books that I feel like people would have problems with. That
I feel like they try to. I don't know. I heard from people. Them,
yeah.
That they try to cancel Richard Marx because his last name is Marx. Like, this is how stupid shit is getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. They've tried to cancel Dire Straits because they had a homophobic word in one of their lyrics. When the song came out, like, you have to put things in context.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the case, we'd have to cancel, like, 100% of the comedians that were doing their shit back in the early 2000s and 90s and 80s, because all that shit is like,
there are people mad right now. I know artists mad at fucking Don't Tread on Me by Metallica now because of what it represents today, when the song was written in 1991 when fucking Americans were fighting in Kuwait. You know what I'm saying? Like, put fucking things in perspective, people.
Yeah.
Context does matter. You can't just take something out of the context in which it was created and say, this is bad. No, like, All in the Family. Imagine now watching All in the Family now. You don't know who All in the Family is, but Archie Bunker.
I know what All in the Family is, yeah.
Even Married with Children.
Yeah. Is no one trying to cancel Of Mice and Men?
Why?
The book?
Oh, I thought you meant the band. I was like, what the fuck did the band do?
Not the band.
Did they do something I wasn't aware of?
No.
Did they touch somebody? Somebody touch somebody?
But it's like, we're canceling all of these.
No, but you can cancel the band for having the name after the book.
After the book, and the book had...
The Dixie Chicks had to change their name. So? Fuck. Are they going to change their names to the Cups, the Dixie Cups? Are they going to change
Dixie Cups? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe.
Fuck. Like, everybody's getting canceled left, right, and center these days. I honestly don't... The problem is, there's people claiming that other people are canceling, and then those same people are trying to canceling other people, but not using the word canceling, using words like boycott or whatever. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Like, this is not... I'm not trying to get political here, but this is not about left or right. This is about stupid people on both sides. This is one of those cases where there's stupid people on both sides.
Both sides, yeah.
And it's ridiculous. And adding to this... Let me finish off with the last story, because I think this one it might have some repercussions as far as the band's upcoming record, and that is 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗧𝗢 murder. CJ, the lead singer, he reposted something that somebody else had posted that could be misconstrued as being transphobic, right?
Okay.
But so he posted that, and he got some backlash for it. They have an album coming out, so I guess he figured it out, like, you know, this is not the kind of publicity that we need when there's an album coming out.
Yeah.
So he took that shit down, and then he posted, going forward, I'm going to have an OnlyFans, not for naked pics, but just for me to be able to say what I want. And the only people that can read it are the people that sign up and pay for it and be able to see my content. Because he's kind of tired of the internet and getting backlash for whatever he says in public. I think I have a lot of takes on this. Okay? I have a lot of takes on this. My first take is that if you don't want people to criticize you for what you say in public, don't say it
in public, yeah.
Just don't say it.
If you're about to post something and you're like, a lot of people are going to get mad about this, and that's not your exact, like, if that's not your
If
goal,
that's not the hill you want to die on, don't post it.
If you're not trying to shit post, because, like, shit posting, like, people like to shit post. Shit posting, it gets like, the dopamine up and everything, right? Like, if that's your goal, just to get people mad, then do it, whatever. But if you're going to complain about it after, then don't post.
Dude, if I was... I used to be that person that I felt that every opinion that I had was worth posting about.
It's not.
It's not. The pandemic made me realize that it's not. And for my own social sanity, I decided that I'm going to be I'm going to have a different online presence. Meaning, I'm going to post jokes.
Yeah.
I'm going to post memes.
Yeah.
I'm going to post our content that we create on YouTube, and I'm going to stay away from anything slightly controversial.
Yeah, the jokes and memes, that's a shit post right there.
Yeah, in the jokes, sometimes I throw in an opinion as hiding as a joke, because it's kind of hard for you to determine, is that a joke or is he being serious? And then I can always hide behind, that was a joke.
That was a joke.
All right? So you got to be smart about it, because the moment you put something out there, you have to be ready for the backlash that comes with it. And if you're not ready for that backlash, and if you're not willing to die on that hill, then just don't post it. You know, people that have a visual image, that have a public image, that are like musicians in this case, you have to be aware that what you say is going to upset people, and that's going to upset your sales. So you just got to be cognitive of that. And not only that, what you say then impacts the rest of your members as well, who are dragged in by association.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that what he posted was wrong or right, whatever. I don't have an opinion about it. I mean, actually, I have an opinion, and I'm going to say it, but opinion not about what he said, just about saying things in general. I just think that you shouldn't, if you're concerned about the outcome, then you should be concerned about the outcome. Just don't say it. Don't say it. Say it to your friends in person, right? You know what I mean? But don't put it in writing. Don't say anything. We're living in a world where everybody is trying to take somebody else's down. And the bigger you are, the bigger target on your back.
And the harder you fall.
Exactly. So that's just my advice, not just for him, but for anybody out there. Unless you don't give a shit. If you don't give a shit, then you don't give a shit, and then that's all fine.
But what do you feel about him tainting OnlyFans?
No, I don't have an issue with the only. I think it's a dumb thing. Like, why would I pay?
Why would I pay? Why would
to see CJ's comments about the world news and the world events?
If I have OnlyFans and I have $6, and that $6 can get me him to complaining, or
Lena the plug,
or that, or even $2, $3 accounts. I'm picking the $3 accounts.
I'm picking Lena the plug.
I'm picking
just putting it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
Just putting it out
if I
there.
have money to spend on OnlyFans, what makes you think I'm spending it on to watch your complaining? Like,
or you're reposting of other people's shit posts.
Exactly.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
No, you're a great singer, but whatever. It doesn't make my day. Now,
if you're on OnlyFans, if you're not doing what OnlyFans was built to do, then don't be.
Now, what I think now in terms of his comment, what I gotta say is this: if you feel strongly about something, then don't post it and then retract it. Like if you feel strongly about whatever it is, abortion, gay rights, whatever the fuck it is, then if you're gonna make that post, fucking die on that hill with it.
But
just go all the way.
To be honest with you, like even if you have like it, just be a functioning member of society while having your views. Like I know a lot of people.
No, but okay, but
I know a lot of people
you didn't let me finish my point because my point about this story is that I don't believe that people having an opinion about a subject that goes against my opinion is necessarily wrong.
But that's exactly what I was about to.
Because to me, you should have the right to
have your own opinion.
To have your own opinion and agree or disagree with something, and that doesn't make you anti something.
But it
just means you have a different opinion.
But that also doesn't depict whether I'm gonna like you or not. Just because you don't.
No, there's a lot of people who have different opinions from me, and I'm good friends with them.
Exactly, but that's where I was gonna go. I know a few functioning racists. You do too.
Yeah,
we're functioning members of society, but they have their side, right? Their certain preferences, whatever.
But to me, that's not it's tagged as racism by society today. But to me, I don't view that as being racist. I view that as them having a personal choice and a personal opinion.
But either way, it could be counted as racism, right? But they're functioning, meaning that they don't post about the shit, or they don't retweet about the shit, or they don't do anything. They're very mellow because they know that.
If you go for Indian food on the weekend, I don't think you can call yourself a racist.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay.
I mean, if you're that proud about the color of your skin, you're eating potatoes and rice, and even the rice has to be blended with no spices.
True.
Like, come on. Like, either you go all the... Once again, you gotta go all in.
But, like, just like him, if the post was deemed as transphobic and he's with that or whatever the case may be, just be a functioning bigot, right? Like, you don't have to repost it. You can agree with it, but silently, within yourself. Because... even though there's no way you're that blind.
Should you like it, though? Because then you can see who liked it, too.
There's no way you're that blind to the fact that you may have this opinion, but if at least 10 people don't have that opinion and you post it, you're going to get backlash. So just don't do anything.
Okay, but now let me take it to a different level is, why should he get backlash for having an opinion?
He shouldn't. But if you're a part of a band... or if you're doing anything that your face is out there or anything, and you know that if you say this and people get pissed, and those people just so happen that they can ruin your life,
because there's going to be the only issue that I have with the only issue that I have is that when you're in a band, and we've talked to people in bands about this.
Oh no!
When you're in a band, you can't just think about yourself and your opinions. You have to think that your opinions represent the band, everybody that works for the band, everybody that tours with the band. There's ramifications that go beyond you as an individual, and you need to be aware of that.
All bands
that.
You know what would save 90% of bands nowadays? All bands just need
not having social media, just having one person who runs their account.
Hire someone to run your social media. That's it. And don't have your own personal one. Just have the band one. Exactly. Have your personal one, right? But just to look at whatever you want to look at. Don't make posts.
But it's private. Just people that you actually know.
Exactly.
That's it. It's easy.
It's very easy.
It's easy.
Your opinion. I'm sorry to break it to you, but
the problem, dude, is you're forgetting one thing. People in these positions feel like they have a platform, and then they want to use that platform to say whatever it is that they want to say, not realizing that there's going to be consequences. Now, I still believe that there shouldn't be consequences to somebody saying their opinion. Or, like, once again, I always use the example of Wendy's. I don't like Wendy's, so therefore I don't go there, buy the burger, and then spend an hour on Twitter complaining about how shitty it is. Yeah, I just don't buy it.
No, there shouldn't be legal consequences, but
social... There's no legal consequences.
I know, but social consequences, I feel like that's just like a normal thing.
If you go
out in public and say something stupid, you're going to get a social consequence.
But to me, there's social consequences, but those consequences shouldn't always be there. Because there's a difference. Like, this is the old argument that just because I don't agree with you, it doesn't mean I'm against you. Like, there's a difference between me not agreeing with you or with your point of views or with your lifestyle, that doesn't mean I'm against you or I'm going to go out of my way to make your life miserable. There's a difference between those two things. The problem these days is that there is no difference. No. Those lines are completely blurred. If I am against insert topic, right? Insert like abortion, for example, then suddenly I'm anti-abortion. Like, no, to me there's a lot of gray areas there. Like, I cannot tell you if somebody asks me, are you in favor or you're against? I'm kind of not in favor, not against. I'm in the middle. Depends on the situation. Give me an example. Like, because nothing in life is black and white. There's a lot of gray.
A lot of gray areas.
There's a lot of gray. So I think that you should be able to say or have an opinion about something without being judged on that opinion. Because me not liking or me, like, let's say if I said that I would only date Asian girls. Wow, man, that's fucking racist. You only date Asian girls?
Yeah.
Or if I said the opposite, I don't date Asian girls.
Then it's also
that's fucking racist. You don't date Asian.
But the first one they'd say it is double racist. Right, it would be double racist because it's like,
it's more than double. I'm discriminating all the other races. No,
I'm saying, yeah, but you're discriminating all the races, but then you're going to be seen as a racist because you only want like.
Yeah, so it's that's
why I'm
racist
saying
square. So what I'm saying is you should be able to have preferences, opinions, choices, but those are your own personal choices. To me, where it becomes a concern for society is when you try to enforce your views, your personal views on everybody else. And that's technically what the people are fighting against are doing now. They're forcing their own personal views on everybody else. They're telling me what I can say or cannot say. Me saying that I don't like X or Y doesn't mean I'm anti-X or Y. It just means that I don't like that. It's like, I'm trying to think of something. I don't like mangoes, right? I don't like the fruit, mangoes.
But I like mango smoothies.
But I like mango smoothies and I like mango juice. So what I'm saying to you is that nothing in life is black or white. There's a lot of gray.
Yeah.
So if I said I hate mango, I don't like mangoes, people are like, oh my god, this fucking guy doesn't like mangoes. How can you not like? Let's cancel this guy. How can you not like mangoes? What the fuck did mangoes ever do to you?
But I like mango ice cream.
But I like mango. Yeah.
Mango smoothies.
What I'm saying to you is that you not liking something or you not agreeing with something doesn't make you anti that. Like, I'm to use a team that everybody knows, the Yankees, or the Manchester Uniteds of the world, or the Real Madrids. If I am what I'm not, but if I was a Manchester United fan, that doesn't make me a City hater. It just means I'm a Manchester United fan. Loving one doesn't make you necessarily hate the other. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem that we have today. That there's no room for choice. Dude,
that last one is not very the last analogy is not really true.
I'm a Benfica fan. I'm not a Porto hater. I don't give two shits about Porto. To me, they don't exist.
You don't like Porto, and Sporting. We don't like.
I have friends who are Sporting fans. I don't stop inviting him over to the house because of
what you do chirp them. You do chirp them.
But that's different. But I don't stop having a friend. It's not like I choose my life's relationships based on which teams we support.
That's true. Yeah.
That's taking it to an extreme.
That's an extreme. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say here is that today people don't find middle grounds on anything.
Me personally, I couldn't honestly. This entire situation, this entire stuff, anything that has to do with this, anything that builds from this, anything, whatever. I don't care. I don't use social media enough
because
to
now,
care.
Okay, but now the artists are gonna go on tour. You're a band going on tour with them. You know you're gonna get hit with this shit.
Yeah, but guess what? Like that was CJ's decision, right? He did that. Kudos to him. Whatever the fuck, I don't care. Because this is different. Like
not kudos to him. You mean like it's
whatever.
on him?
It's on him because you use you are our social media head. Right? Like, I don't use social media. I barely use my own personal account there.
Dude, but I don't post anything about anything that has nothing to do with our content.
But I don't post anything.
Even on my own personal shit.
Exactly. So we're not even the right people to even, like...
No, because I have some fucking common sense.
Because you have common sense, and I don't care enough, right? So I think we're actually the perfect people to come to for this. Because you have common sense, I don't give a shit. Like, if you told me, oh, this happened on social media, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing before I heard that. Like, I don't care. For me, I think just people need to have that mentality. If everyone had either our mentalities with common sense or not caring, I think that
You know what people need to do? Get off fucking social media.
Yeah, that too.
Like I said, if you're in a band like 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗧𝗢, hire somebody to run your social media presence and tell all the band members to delete their personal shit or have it private. That's it.
It's
easy.
It's not even if you're a band. Well, no, mostly if you're a band. I think a band should have someone should be hired to do your social
Anybody
media.
who's a social figure should have somebody.
Anyone who has a social, unless
you're an influencer, then your whole job is to post shit.
Exactly.
That's a different story. You're not going to fucking hire another influencer to influence the people you're trying to be influencer for.
Yeah, like even if you're any type of musician, any type of musician, you don't really need a personal like when are you going to be like, hey guys, I'm on tour? Like, no, even the person you hire can do that shit. Like, when do you really need social media? You don't. You honestly don't. I think all artists, even celebrities, except for influencers, because that's kind of what your shtick is, that's your gimmick. But they should just have someone to be hired to do that shit, just so you don't get into dirty water like this.
And if you have a point to make, if you have a message that you want to get out there, if there's something that you want to get off of your chest, write the song, put the lyrics, make it subliminal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, you are a musician for a reason.
Get it off your chest in a very artistic kind of way.
Yeah. But the problem with that is, I mean, when people find out what the fuck it's about, then it's also
no. If you're intelligent enough and you can work between the lines, dude. There's music out there that I thought was about a topic that now I figured out was about something completely different, which then changes my whole idea about the song.
I think if you have an opinion that even in the back of your mind you think people are not going to agree with, then
don't share it.
Don't share it. Exactly.
I think that's the best.
I think that's the best advice to give. That's what we're going to end off the video with. Is if you have an opinion and you think one or two people are going to disagree with you, don't say it. You know why? Because that one or two people could actually be 10,000. You don't know. You may think this, you may think that, and you may be really strong about it, but in the end, it doesn't actually matter. Your opinions, no one's opinions matter. Everyone doesn't no one's opinions matter anymore. Fuck that. I don't even care anymore.
Just delete your social media.
Just delete your social medias.
Fuck. That's the best
Delete social media challenge right now. If you're a band out there, just hire someone to do your social media for you. I think that's the best option. That will get you out of any dirty water.
I agree.
And to be honest, it's probably going to save your career in the long run if one of your band members is a little bit...
Guess what? Now they have an album cycle. Everybody's going to be... That's one of the questions. Everybody doing an interview is going to ask that question. So what do you think about CJ's comments? So what's your position on CJ?
Yeah. Like, he's put the band in a very...
And the other bands, like I said, the other bands are going to tour with them are in the same boat now, too.
And those bands have to take the bullet because, like, do you not... tour with these guys? Like, come on, you have to tour with these guys. If you want to make money, you have to tour with these guys. Yeah. But you have to also take this. You gotta take it. You gotta be like a porn star and take it to the face.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta take the bukkake.
You gotta get glazed. Like, okay. It's gotta happen. Because I don't know, man.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
On that note, guys, let us know your thoughts on this whole social media fiasco that's been happening. 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗧𝗢𝗪 has a new album coming out, so
yeah, that's what.
There's always that. There's always that. So and it's actually pretty good. I've listened to it, so it's actually pretty good. So anyways,
all of this to go to that.
Pre-order it. So on that note, guys, we'll see you all on the next video.
See ya.